Happy midweek. Happy Wednesday. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. I think most of you have been here faithfully. God bless. Thank you for being with us. And if you're new, welcome. Everyone, welcome. So for this class, we use a yoga mat. If that's not available, you could fold up a blanket or take a beach towel and place it on a padded surface like a carpeting. Because if you putting that on a hard floor, a wood floor, a tile floor will hurt your joints. So just as a warning. And then yoga blocks, a couple yoga blocks maybe. These are the styrofoam version. And if you don't have blocks, a couple of water bottles, canned goods of equal size and weight would suffice for the moment. Some kind of padding. I have a squishy mat. I have a rolled blanket. Rather it's a towel that I've created into a little bolster, a little homemade prop there. Another wonderful prop is a yoga strap. And if that's not available, a scarf, a dog leash, a belt, a bathrobe tie would suffice for a substitute. Optional items would be hand weights. This is a pair of 1-pounders. I would recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class, so bear that in mind, but the weights are optional, so no worries. And then, of course, a chair. So this is a stable metal folding chair, wide legs on the base, so there's no wobbling should you start pressing your weight on it. We'll use it for balance. You could use a wall for balance. You could use a piece of furniture that doesn't move for balance. So you can choose what works for you. Also, if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body this morning for whatever reason, you could modify, you could do something else, or you could skip it. So you have 3 options there. And just listen to what the mind and the body are asking for, and all should be well. Sighing, moaning, groaning is also fine. We're all on mute, so let it go if it feels good. Let's start by shifting the weight here and just start swinging some arms here. Going into our very gentle warm up here. And the idea on this one is that you're shifting the weight from foot to foot, and you're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you as you twist in either direction. So maybe as you twist in one direction, the opposite heel could lift. Same on the other side. So you're actually shifting the weight and you're lifting a heel. Or you could keep the feet grounded and rooted into the earth. So you're twisting and giving us those deep, full breaths, long, slow, and deep, LSD, yes, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. And now we're going to just tap on the midriff here. Front hand taps on your torso. Back hand taps on those kidneys, which are a little bit higher up in the back. So do your best to find them. And let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then keep twisting. Soft fist or heel of hand now, tapping directly under the collarbone, the clavicle. This is the front point of a lung point in reflexology. The whole idea is to keep the lungs open and clear, improving the lung capacity with those deep, full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now let's tap on the shoulder like you're giving yourself a congratulatory tap on the shoulder. That's the back point of the lung here at the top. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly coming down. Now the arms aren't going to touch the body at all. And you want maybe go for a little sink in the middle with those knees. Imagine you're just trailing the hands through some water, your own private swimming pool here. And we'll be breathing and sinking for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly, gradually coming down to stillness. The feet can still be fairly wide. Toes could point out maybe 10 degrees. Hands could be on hip crease or waist. And let's just start circling the hips. Hips get nice and tight from our culture of sitting, either in cars, in front of televisions, in front of computers. So we're going to open up those hips a bit. When you find the opportunity, you're going to go in the other direction, inhaling forward, exhaling, squeezing back as you circle back. And maybe that torso stays neutral, but maybe you want to get it more involved. You can decide for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center, rolling some shoulders, working our way up, remembering those deep, full breaths. A few more circles in this way. Oh. And then you're going to go the other direction, rolling the shoulders. Inhale deeply for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the arms can come up. Inhale up, soft knees. Exhale, press it away. Inhale up. Exhale, press it away. Breathing, exhaling. Few more. Inhale, exhale. This time, keep the arms up and just start climbing that invisible rope. Lots of invisible props. Oh. And so the idea for this one is that you keep the chest squared to the front of your space, or that straight edge of your mat, for example. So you're not torquing off to one side or the other. We're giving a tug, a stretch to those intercostal muscles that attach to the side ribs, keeping them hydrated, open, and flexible for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Coming back to center. Elbows are bent. Fingertips can point to each other. The palms face the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, drawing them down the back body. Inhale forward. Exhale, pinch and squeeze. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then extend the arms, wrap them around the back of the body. Bending the arms long so you're not resting them here on the bum. You're stretching those arms away. You're opening the chest. The chin can be slightly tucked to protect the back of the neck. Let's slide those fists over to the right hip. Big full breaths. Breathing. You're getting a nice stretch and a tug on that left shoulder girdle. See if you can keep the chest square to that straight long edge of your mat. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down through center, resting those fists on that left hip. Now, same idea, chest stays squared. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center. Let's take the legs a little bit wider now. Toes could point out slightly. This may be plenty here for you, or for an extra bit of challenge, tuck the chin and just come forward into a forward fold. Seeing how far you can draw those arms over the back of the body, maybe over towards the head, but no forcing or jamming. And let's just do a little shift from side to side here. So we're warming the legs, the thighs, the quads. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and float the body upright. Crown of head leads. Taking your time ascending, elevator ascending. Release the fingertips. Legs can come together. Roll the shoulders. Open the chest. Let's take the right arm and just stretch it right in front of the body so that inside arm is nice and straight. And again, you're not torquing off to one side. You're just facing front as best you can, keeping everything squared. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the arms exactly as they are. Bend the inside elbow. Backs of palms may or may not meet. You can choose. No forcing. And now little pumps here, up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwinding the arms, triple slow time. Remembering which arm was on the inside that time. And just shake out the arms. Exhale, opposite arm comes in front of the body. The forearm pins that arm in close to your chest. This is my injured side, so I'm slightly modifying. But we're standing here nice and tall. 4 corners of each foot rooting into the earth, crown of head floating up to sky. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the arms just as they are. Well, this whole side is completely different for me. My palms aren't even meeting, but you're going to pump up to the sky here, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to just unwind the arms, triple slow time, and just again, shake them out, shake them loose. So you're just rotating the humerus bone in the shoulder socket there, pumping in synovial fluid. Doesn't happen until you move the joint. Synovial fluid is the body's lubricating fluid, keeping everything smooth and running. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take the feet, maybe shoulder width apart, toes point forward, hands could rest on hip crease or waist. Feet are going to stay flat for this first part. Inhale, bend the knees. Ooh, lots of crunching there. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, and now slowly come on up. Again, open the chest by rolling the shoulders. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead. If you've got weights, grab weights if you want to use them. If not, they're strictly optional, so no worries there. Again, we'll take the legs now nice and wide. Toes can point out 30 to 45. I've got one weight in each hand, so it's no weight or one weight in each hand. Here, right here by the hip crease. Knees will track over toes, and the torso is going to stay upright. So it's inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Lift right heel, place it down. Left heel, place it down. side to side. It may not be a huge lift. Just try to get as much lift as you can in the heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, an isometric press on those thighs. 4, 3, 2, very nice. And then coming slowly to straight legs. Let's heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Let's do, my palms are facing the midline, and I'm just going to bounce my heels now. Maybe lifting those heels maybe a quarter of an inch, half an inch off of the earth. Working on bone density, strengthening the feet and the ankles, the Achilles tendon. Hopefully this will help prevent falls, allowing those feet and ankles to prevent falls. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, and then slowly bring it to stillness. You might notice those calves speaking to you. Mine are speaking. So we're going to go ahead and take the palms in front here. It's going to be exhale, inhale, other side. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lovely. Very nice. Feet are directly under the hips. Palms face the thighs. Exhale, right arm to shoulder height only. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, left up to shoulder height only. Bring it down for 8, 7. You could do this sitting in a chair. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then maybe keep alternating or the 2 together. 8, 7, 6. Slow it down. 5, using muscles, not momentum. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them lifted. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to front. Slowly lower the arms, resisting the gravity. Make sure the feet feel comfortable. Mine are just widening just a bit. Let's just tilt over to the right. Just let that right arm hang. Maybe there's a weight in the palm, maybe there isn't. Chest is again square to that long end of your mat. Big full breaths. While we're here, let's start circling the wrist. Just circle the wrist slowly and gently, and then circle the other direction. Breathing. And let's bring that to stillness. Maybe just swing the arm a little bit front to back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes back to neutral, coming back to center, tilting over to the left now. Chest is square to the front of your space. So just letting that left arm dangle. Circle the arm, the wrist rather. Big full breath, circling the wrist. And then moving, circling the other way. Nice and easy. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Tilting one more time over to the right. This time left arm comes up. You can lose the weight if you prefer to lose the weight. I'm modifying because this is my injured shoulder side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch it away for 4, 3, 2. And then taking that top arm over slowly, slowly, nice and easy. Now you're tilting over to the left. Now the right arm comes back over the ears. Again, you're tilting off to the left. Couple of breaths here. Giant stretch on the right side of the body. Inhale, top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center. Float the arm down, slowly resisting gravity. Now one more time, top left arm comes over the head, tilting to the right. Bottom arm stretches to the left. Ooh, we're being like a pretzel now. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Windmill the arms. Opposite arm on top, stretching one set of fingertips to one wall, the other set to the opposite wall. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just unwinding the arms nice and slow. Big full breath. Keep the feet exactly where they are. Exhale, dropping down. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale and inhale. Or reverse the breathing. Inhale down. Exhale up. These are called dead drops, dead lifts. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back up to center. Roll the shoulders, open the chest. Let's lose the weight. Maybe grab some water. Grab a block if you have them. So I've got the block here. And the 2 feet are going to surround that block. If you want to be near your chair or your wall or your piece of furniture, that's also an option. So this is going to be a modified tree. We're going to shift the weight into the right leg. And then those left toes are going to come right on top of that low block. The pelvis is going to stay square to that long end of the mat. And this left leg is going to splay out 30 to 45 degrees. Maybe hands on hips here are plenty. Or maybe one of your tree branches floats up. Second tree branch floats up. Find a spot that doesn't move to help with balance. That's your drishti point. It could be on the earth. It could be on the wall in front of you. And now maybe there's a nice breeze and my tree branches start moving in the breeze. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come to stillness, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline. Just resting right there in front of the heart center, lifting through that standing right leg for 8, 7, balancing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the arms come down. Foot comes down, shake out those legs. Let's pause between sides, just pausing for a moment here, noticing right side of body and left side of body. Where has the energy moved in the body? Let's go ahead and shift the weight to that left leg. Right toes come up on that low block. You don't need to use the block if you prefer not to. Just an option. Pelvis is square to that straight edge of the mat. And maybe one arm comes up. Maybe a second arm comes up, lifting through that standing left leg. And now maybe the branches move in the breeze. the windy day here in Santa Fe. And let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come together in prayer, dropping down the midline. Prayerful hands start right in front of the heart center. You're lifting through that supporting left leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the hands come down. The legs can come down. Shake out the legs. Very nice. Let's move the block away. Actually, we can put them there at the narrow end of the mat as we'll go down on the earth in just a moment. Great. All right, so let's take the feet maybe about shoulder width apart. Arms are extended. So the thumbs point up towards the ceiling. You're stretching the arms as long as they're willing to go to the side walls. Let's rotate the palms forward so the thumbs now point to the floor, and maybe keep rotating so the thumbs face the back wall. Maybe, maybe not. Once you find your optimum stretch, your optimum twist, you'll pause for 8, 7, 6. Spread the fingers wide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate those thumbs back up towards the ceiling. And now rotate them back towards the wall behind, maybe towards the floor, but maybe not. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just rotate everything down to neutral. Arms can float down. Maybe you want to shake it out. Maybe you don't. Let's do a little bit of hand movements. So you've got your fists in front of you. You're just going to splay the fingers wide like you're playing a big chord on the piano. Touching and stretching. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming to stillness, you can use weights for this or not. Everything stays parallel to the floor. Only the wrists move. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And neutral, palms face the sky. Same idea. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just shake everything out. Let's just go ahead and take a thumb and just start working your way along the outer edge of the palm. And you're massaging both sides of the hand while you're at it. Just getting in there and kneading around in there. Lots of reflexology points in the hand. And all of the meridians end in the hand and the feet, hands and the feet. So it's a good thing to keep this blood flow moving into these tiny extremities. Let's go to the other hand where you start and you're just kind of circling that outer edge of the palm itself. Just give it a nice massage. Very firm, but it's not a death press. It's just a nice firm massage. And then when that feels complete, you're going to take the wrists together and tap them together, getting some blood flow going. If you have arthritic hands, this is a great thing to do in the morning when you first wake up. Let's do the outer edges. Tapping. And then one fist taps into the other palm with as much pressure as feels appropriate, And then stopping with that fist, other hand into the opposite palm. And then bringing that to stillness. The outside of the hands can be either tap or rub. So you can choose what feels the best. If you're circling and rubbing, go in both directions. And then flip the hands and do the same thing the opposite way. Woohoo! Very nice. And then shaking that out. Let's interlace the fingers and then just start moving the wrists and palms and hands and fingers, keeping them as flexible as possible. Few more in this direction. And then you're going to go the other way. Little brain gym here. Yeah. Couple more this way. And then bringing that to stillness. Just shake it out. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's face the narrow end of the mat. I'm going to move the chair out of the way. And so let's do a few big swan dives facing that narrow end of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Few more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. This next one will be the last one. Inhale and exhale. Let's just stay in this forward fold. A straightforward Uttanasana. Toes point forward, they're hip distance apart. Let's microbend the knees left and right if the hands don't reach the earth. Maybe forearms on thighs would accomplish the same thing as you microbend the knees left and right, stretching out that low back for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bringing that to stillness. Palms can come either to low blocks or hit the mat. Stepping back into downward facing dog. The body is in a triangle shape. You're trying to get the chest close to the tops of the thighs. You're microbending the knees, bicycle pedaling heels, waving your dog tail. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stillness. Float the knees down to the mat as best you can. Big toes together, knees wide apart, or thighs could be parallel as you come into your child pose. I'm placing my towel behind my knees, giving me more space to get the bum back towards the heels. Whew. You could, if the forehead doesn't come to the mat, you could rest the forehead on stacked palms, stacked fists, or a low block. Maybe the arms want to come forward. Maybe the arms want to come by the legs. Melting into the earth now, into your child's pose. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come on up. Slowly, slowly. Finding your way to neutral table. Maybe a patting of the knees would be appropriate here. So you could take a folded towel or blanket, make sure there's no lumps or bumps. And so neutral table is hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. I'm using blocks to accommodate my shoulder injury. Otherwise, palms can face the earth, be on the earth. Let's tuck the 10 toes here and just rock back and forth. Oh, opening up the feet, breathing, big full breaths. Nice and easy. Maybe little rocks back and forth. Maybe you're flexible enough to be sitting back on your heels. That's available. Go for it. Couple more breaths here, rocking back and forth on the feet. Those tucked toes. And let's come back to neutral, to stillness. Untuck the toes and just pound the tops of the feet. Again, pumping fresh blood in there. Oh, breathing. Nice and easy. And then let's bringing that to stillness. Let's come ahead and take the blocks up to the tall setting, if that's appropriate for your body. Right foot is going to come forward. And either the two hands frame that foot on the mat, or the blocks can be like arm extenders. And that would help you get the right knee stacked over the right heel. The left leg is stretched out as long as possible. So you have a deep press in the right hip and a big opening in the left hip. You want to open the chest a little more. You could walk your blocks back underneath the armpits as it helps lift you up. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we'll start straightening and bending the front right leg. Oh. So the torso drops down the inside of the right leg, pressing and straightening, pressing and straightening. Again, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Couple more, just like this. The next time that front leg is straight, leave it straight. My hands like to come to the earth for this part. And then the torso drops down the inside of the right thigh. You may be noticing your hamstrings on this right leg singing to you, possibly complaining. Big full breaths, breathing into the back body now. Staying in this forward fold over the right leg, we're just going to start windshield wipering that right leg. So the right heel is grounding into the mat, the right toes point up to the sky. We're going to internally and externally rotate the entire right leg. So it's like the right foot is doing a windshield wipering on that front part of your mat, but the whole leg is pumping synovial fluid into that right hip. Let's go ahead and bring everything back to stillness. That right foot can go flat. You can press into it one more time, one more deep runner's lunge right here. Maybe you want to stay here. Maybe the hands want to come to the thigh. Maybe not. You can choose. So we've got the right bent leg. The outside of the left hand presses the outside of the right thigh. So you've got an isometric press going on in the front. Right hand can come to right hip as you look over the right shoulder to the wall behind you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding it nice and slow. Let's go ahead and take the blocks on the inside of the right foot. The right foot is going to work its way up to the upper right corner of the narrow end of the mat. Both blocks are going to come down to the low setting. And we're going to go ahead and do that same forward and back stretching and straightening, bending and straightening. It's just a different angle with the leg. A few more like this. And the next time you come forward, stay forward. Arms could stay straight here. Maybe the forearms want to come to the blocks or the earth. Maybe the right arm wants to come up to the sky. Big full breaths. Or hand to sacrum. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Let's draw the right foot back to meet the left. And then taking the blocks again on their tall setting, let's take the left foot forward. Foot is flat to start. Either the hands frame the foot on the mat or the hands on blocks can frame that foot. So left knee stacks over left heel. Right leg goes back as far as it's willing to go. You can walk those blocks back under the armpits if you want to lift chest a bit more. So you have a deep press into the left hip, a big opening into the right hip crease. Staying calm and relaxed here for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then start straightening and bending the front left leg, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. This leg might feel very different than the other leg, and you're just going to notice that. No judgment. Just observing what is there. Forward and back. Nice stretch with this left leg. Oh. Pressing and straightening. A few more just like this. Pressing and straightening. And the next time the left leg goes straight, leave it straight. I like to take hands to the earth for this as I drop the torso down the inside of the left thigh. Just letting the head traction the spine like a 15-pound bowling ball. Woohoo! Couple of breaths here. The hamstrings may be speaking to you. And then maybe the hands want to return to blocks. You're still in this forward fold over the front left leg. Left heel is grounded. The left toes point up to sky. You're going to windshield wiper the entire left leg, internally and externally rotating that leg. Few more like this. Getting synovial fluid into the left hip. Ooh, yes. And then let's bring that front foot to stillness. We're going to press forward one more time into this low runner's lunge. The 2 blocks are going to come to the inside of that left foot. The left foot is going to come to that upper left corner of the narrow end of the mat. The 2 blocks come on the low setting, and we're going to go forward and back, forward and back, easing your way into it, stretching it out as best you can. And the next time you go forward, stay there. The arms might be straight, or maybe the arms want to come down onto the blocks. Maybe the left hand comes up to the sky or comes to the sacrum. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. We straighten that front left leg. Draw the left foot back to meet the right. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. Ah, a sigh of relief. Yes. So just melting into your child pose. Breathing. Oh. Noticing breathing into the back body now. Inhale. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Pausing at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle back, lower back. Squeezing out all the air and pausing at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And then finding your way to sitting on the earth. Maybe you want to sit on a folded blanket or towel to help lift the hips. That's an option. Or not. See if I can find my way to my, there we go. And now for this one, let's take the soles of the feet together. If you want to have blocks handy, let's see, my knees do not drop to the earth here, so I'm propping the thighs with the blocks. I can pull the flesh away from sits bones. And you're going to sit nice and tall for this. So the first part is just tilting the torso forward, keeping the back flat. This may not be a huge move. You're going to stop when you come to your sticking point. And there you will pause, breathing into every cell of the body, 360 degrees, full dimensional. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming back, just tilting back up towards neutral. All right. We're going to still stay in this position. You might want to grab your feet or your ankles. You're going to tuck the chin and you're going to come forward like a little turtle, and you're sticking your head forward. You're trying to get as much flexibility in the spine, and then you come back to neutral. Tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale as you undulate forward. So the idea is to get as much bend as you can into the spine, tucking the chin and then leading with the chin. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more like this. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Very nice. Let's come back to neutral. I'm going to extend the right leg out to the side. And I'm going to take the sole of that left foot to press into the inside of the right thigh. We're going to face the extended right leg. Inhale. We're going to push away as best you can. One hand can lay on the leg, the other hand can push it away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Give it a twist. Look over the shoulder. As best you can. Don't force it or jam it. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And then just pausing over this leg. Now I'm grabbing my shin. You can grab whatever works. Maybe a strap around the ball of the foot would help you get the chest closer to the top of the right thigh. Big full breaths. And staying right here in this fold over the leg, take your right hand, wrap it around the back of the body, maybe stopping at the sacrum, maybe slipping fingers into opposite hip crease. Big full breaths. Try not to let the head dangle or collapse. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwinding, triple slow time, very slow. Before we switch legs, let's go ahead and look at our bent left knee. So we're going to go here over this. Inhale and exhale. Same idea. You get that whip-like motion with the spine. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. And then coming up and then coming down one more time, but staying down. And here again, stack palms, stack fists, maybe a low block. So maybe little wiggles here for this left hip. Maybe not. You can choose. Big full breaths. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up slowly. Let's take this right leg and bend it back so that that left foot tucks into the top of that right arch. We're just going to take this bent knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You might want to extend this back leg. You can try that. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. And then coming back around, shaking out the legs, shaking them out, maybe giving them a tap. Now left leg is extended, right leg is bent, and I'm going to prop this knee because this side is different. So you're going to face the extended left leg. One hand could rest on the leg. Other hand comes in the center of the chest. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stretching and breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's go over and stay over this time. This side may feel totally different than the other side. No judgment. So you're breathing here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Left arm wraps around the body, either to sacrum or opposite hip crease. You're looking over your left shoulder here. Not letting the head dangle, but stretching forward like you're trying to reach the crown of the head to your big toe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding very slowly. Oh, yeah. And let's bend this left knee, comes into this arch of the front foot. Again, the same undulating movement here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Getting that spine as fluid as possible. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then staying down on this next exhale. Stacked palms, stacked fists, perhaps a low block. Maybe little wiggles in this bottom hip would feel interesting, but maybe not. Maybe this whole side is a different story. So just do what feels right. Big full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming up out of it, we're just going to lift that bent knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. You might want to extend that back leg or not. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming out of it nice and slow. Let's go ahead and take the legs slightly wider apart. The hands can come by the hips, the fingers point to the wall behind. We're going to inhale, legs externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotating, sitting tall for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just pat the legs, get some blood flow going. And then let's face that narrow end of the mat. With legs bent, feet pointing forward, feet hip distance apart. Inhale forward, and we're going to roll it down onto the mat, vertebra by vertebra. Back of neck is long. Let's just rock side to side, or you could do circles if that feels more interesting, more appropriate. If you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. Big full breaths. And then bringing that to stillness, knees come apart, grab the ankles or the shins, let the weight of the arms just open up that hip crease. Maybe little wiggles here might feel good. And you can flex and point the feet. You can spread the toes wide. You can circle the ankles. Big full breaths. Be sure you circle both ways. And then bringing that to stillness, knees come close back together. Feet mat width apart. Arms in T position. Let's just windshield wiper this whole back body. The knees are moving side to side. Sighing, moaning, groaning might feel good here. And the next time the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck look to the left. If it bothers your neck to look to the left, skip it. So bent knees to the right, face and neck to the left. Maybe this is a static press. Maybe it's little micro movements. And then coming back to neutral, windshield wipering the knees the other way. Nice and easy. And the next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe the face looks to the right. If it bothers your neck to look to the right, skip it. And maybe this is little wiggles here, but maybe it's just a static press. Just allowing that body to melt into the earth. And then coming back to neutral with a few more windshield wipers, just to recalibrate, making any final movements that you feel would make you feel complete. I'm going to draw my knees into the chest, give it a couple more rocks, and then extending arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees on the earth, arriving in Shavasana, maybe a rolled blanket or towel under your knees for low back support. Maybe you want to cover yourself up with a blanket, or perhaps just a cushion on the abdomen or on the torso for stability and grounding. If flat on the back doesn't work, feet are again mat width apart, knock the knees together. It's restorative rest pose in this version. If flat on the back is impossible, you can roll onto one side, stack hips, stack legs, rest your head on the upper arm, maybe on a block or a padded towel on a block. Maybe if you have a wall available, you'd like to do legs up the wall. Maybe you'd like to sit in a chair, feet flat, palms facing onto the thighs, sitting tall in your chair. And once you've organized arms and legs, just allowing the eyes to drop closed slowly. Scanning the body for the effects of the practice and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. So today we're going to just do a very quick body scan. It's going to be this one. Imagine tightening every part of your body, whether you're lying on the earth or sitting in the chair. So one big inhale, just squeeze everything, tight, 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 face, arms, legs, hands, everything. Squeeze, 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 let it go. One more time, squeezing, everything squeezing, tight, 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 and then let it go. So now noticing the effects of the practice. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below supporting you, the stars, moon, and galaxies far above. Noticing the space you've created inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's a poem from the late, great Mary Oliver. It's entitled, I Worried. I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it. And I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading? Or am I just imagining it? And am I going to get rheumatism lockjaw, dementia. Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. But if you're ready to greet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug, and then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. All yoga postures are designed to bring you into the present moment, where you are eternal, infinite, and whole. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.